Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're writing JavaScript, you know you're constantly wrangling arrays. So today, we're going to master a tool that will make your code so much cleaner, way more efficient, and let's be honest, it's going to seriously impress in your next tech interview. We're talking about the filter method. Let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? You've got this huge array, this big list of data, and you just wish you could, poof, magically pull out only the exact pieces you need. Maybe it's filtering a guest list to only show people who are over 18, or finding all the products in one specific category. It's a problem we all face constantly. Well, the really great news is that JavaScript actually has a magic wand for this exact situation. Seriously, it's a built-in array method, and it's called filter. And trust me, once you get how this works, you're going to use it everywhere. So let's pull back the curtain and break down how this method actually works. You're about to see that its logic is both incredibly powerful and, surprisingly simple. Okay, I want you to imagine you're in a coding interview. The interviewer leans in and asks, "So, can you explain what the filter method does?" This is such a classic question, and absolutely nailing the answer shows you really know your stuff. So here's what you say. The filter method is a built-in array method that creates a new array. I'm going to say that one more time because it's so important. A brand new array. And this new array contains only the elements from the original array that pass a specific test, a specific condition that you give it. You know, a really great way to picture this is to think of filter as a gatekeeper. It's standing in front of an empty new array. It goes through your original array, item by item, and for each one it asks a simple question. Do you pass the test? If the answer is yes, it lets the item through the gate into the new array. If the answer is no, it gets left behind. Simple as that. Theory is great and all, but seeing it in action in actual code is way better. So let's walk through a super practical example line by line and watch that gatekeeper do its job. All right, first things first, we need some data to play with. So here we've got a simple array called numbers. Inside, we've got 5 different numbers, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. This is our original list. And boom, here's the magic. We call .filter directly on our numbers array. Now, inside the parentheses, we give it our test function. In this case, it's a simple arrow function that says, for each number, which we're just going to call num, check if that num is greater than 20. That's the rule. That is the test for our gatekeeper. And check out the result. We get a brand new array, just like we talked about, and it only has 25 and 30 in it. Why? Because 10, 15, and 20 didn't pass our greater than 20 test, so the gatekeeper just left them behind. And this brings us to the 2 golden rules of filter function, and you have to remember these. Rule number 1, the original array stays exactly the same. It is never, ever touched. And rule number 2, filter function always gives you a brand new array back. You're not changing the original list, you're just making a new filtered copy. Okay, so you get the mechanics, but why is this so important? Why do interviewers care so much about this one method? Let's talk about how knowing filtering really makes you look like a pro. Well, using filtering shows that you get modern JavaScript. It shows you understand functional programming ideas. I mean, instead of writing some clunky, old-school for loop with an if statement buried inside, you're using a single, clean, declarative line of code. It's just easier to read, it's less likely to have bugs, and it shows you think efficiently. All right, you've seen the magic, you understand the rules, you know why it's so important. So now it is time to put this new power to work. So if this little explainer helped filter finally click for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. And hey, make sure you subscribe for more deep dives into the stuff you absolutely need to know for your next interview. And for a little bit of homework, drop a comment below and share one real-world problem you could solve right now using filter. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you have this awesome new magic wand in your developer toolkit, what's the very first problem you're going to solve with it? Thanks so much for watching and happy coding.